Welcome back. So taxi owners in Rustenburg in the Northwest Province have decided to launch their own cooperative bank next month. They believe it will create job opportunities in their town. Joining us to talk a little bit more about this is Bennett Africa, the CEO of the Rustenburg Long Distance Transport Holdings, as well as Dr Gape, who is the Managing Director of the Mobility Cooperative Banking, to elaborate on this initiative. Good to have both of you. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Quite an interesting one. So the idea behind the launch of the cooperative bank, I don't know who wants to pick up that question. Please, sir, Dr Gape.
Okay, as we've already alluded to, that it is an initiative from the Rustenburg Long Distance Transport Association. The reason for that is to empower the people around Rustenburg. Firstly, for them to have their own bank as a cooperative bank. So we are in the process currently of registering that cooperative bank, which is to be called the Mobility Cooperative Bank. Mm-hmm. We have applied for a name reservation with the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission. The main reason for this is to promote economic and social welfare within the taxi industry around Rustenburg, and to encourage savings. The main reason is also to make sure that people put their money in the bank in the form of savings, so that we can use that money to empower also the people around Rustenburg, the community as a whole. So the most important thing there is also for financial inclusion, to make sure that people around Rustenburg, those that are unbanked, those that are underbanked, also have access to finance, and also to promote the ownership in the banking industry. Yeah. Because we are aware of the fact that black people are not much involved in the ownership of banking in our country. So we'll make sure that the people get credit from this cooperative bank. People who currently cannot be given loans by the commercial banks.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this particular bank. Is it registered with the Banking Association of South Africa?
Not yet.
Not yet. So
and bear in mind that we are not to be registered with the Banking Association of South Africa because we are a cooperative bank. The Banking Association of South Africa is only catering for the commercial banks, okay, probably mutual banks also, but not yet for the cooperative banks.
Yeah. So will this eventually be the situation?
If we have the platform to engage them, we will do so in future. But again, we'll have to make sure that the whole sector, the corporate banking sector, become involved, and we all affiliate to the Banking Association of South Africa.
This is going to be launched on the 4th of October, so it's around the corner. I mean, that is next week, right?
That's
the 4th of
correct.
October. So what kind of banking services are going to be on offer?
Okay, basically we will be giving savings, we'll be giving credit from the personal point of view at this point in time, or maybe this is a membership-based kind of bank, unlike the commercial banks. So the members are the ones who are supposed to make to benefit to these services. So the services that will be given entails savings and loans, basic banking first. But in future, once we are well established, then we can go for other products.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, it's loans and it's savings.
So, yeah, but savings will also include the investment.
Based in Rustenburg, and what's the uptake been so far? Anybody have you got people signing up for this? Is it happening all right already?
Yes, it's happening already because we have already marketed with this one is only open according to the common bond. What we mean by the common bank, only the people in the taxi industry around Rustenburg will be eligible to be members.
So when you say the taxi industry, are those the ones that are working for the taxi industry?
It will entail both the owners and the taxi drivers.
Okay, so yes. For now it's just owners and taxi drivers.
Yes.
Are you hoping that this will eventually be for everybody to be able to join?
Depending on the growth in future, but bear in mind that we are being restricted by the common bond.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we'll only be taking this, because according to the common bond, it's only for the taxi owners and taxi drivers around Rustenburg. We cannot even go broader than that. And it is according to the regulations or the Banks Act, the Cooperative Banks Act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What guarantee are you offering the taxi owners and taxi drivers, and that their money will be safe being invested into this bank?
Okay, cooperative bank is not necessarily a new concept in South Africa. We already have 4 registered cooperative banks. So what we noticed that we also have to make sure that we have the necessary human capacity. So as a person who come from the banking industry, I've been in the banking industry for the past 39 years. And I think that that experience will help, and will train others, and we'll have to train our board to make sure that it do the right oversight insofar as the safety of the people's money is concerned.
Yeah. So I have to bring you into the conversation. Okay. You're here, so I need you to speak as well, Bennett. So from the Rustenburg Long Distance Transport Association, anything to add to what's been said?
Yeah. Rustenburg Long Distance Transport Holdings, it's a mother body. The cooperative is a subsidiary company of the Rustenburg Long Distance Holdings, which is the economic wing of long-distance taxi operators. And on the same day, not only the bank is going to be established, we are also going to sign a memorandum of agreement with SACRA, South African Council for Graduates, which is guaranteeing capacity, intellectual capacity, by giving us 10 unemployed graduates with different backgrounds. We are also going to launch, we've got a subsidiary company called Cashless Economy, which is dealing with the 4th industrial revolution. So we are going to put solutions in the taxis, cameras, complete fleet management system, and electronic fare collection will also be on taxis, so that we know exactly what is happening. And fourthly, we'll also be signing an agreement with Transport CETA, where we want to professionalize taxi drivers. They will be signing an agreement so that we can cascade taxi driver qualification, which is a new qualification, so that we deal with professional taxi drivers.
And then just in terms of job creation, what are we looking at?
Look, in terms of job creation, the Rustenburg Long Distance Transport Holdings, 6 associations, has got a fleet of 4,800, and that relates to 4,800 drivers who will be formally employed, who will be UIF compliant, and that guarantees employment. And in offices, we'll definitely have approximately starting with 20 employees who will also be working in the offices, but SACRA will be paying their interns.
Okay, well, we'll watch this one. It's happening next week, so thanks for talking to us about it. Good luck with the initiative. So this was Bennett Africa, the CEO of the Rustenburg Long Distance Transport Association, basically talking to us about the cooperative bank that's owned by taxi owners in Rustenburg, and Dr. Gape, who's from the Mobility Corporate Bank, that's also here with us in studio. So this is happening on the 4th of October in Rustenburg, and it's offering loans and savings. So the banking industry moving into, well, the taxi industry moving into the banking industry. Thanks, gentlemen.